since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening and welcome to Aspen Creek Grill. It is our Aspen Creek Grill Sports Zone show. Lots of guests for you tonight. Lots of good food at Aspen Creek Grill. And with us is Paige Hollyworth, who is the general manager at Aspen Creek. I'm just drooling over the food. Talk a little bit about the
Absolutely, yeah. So this is one of our burgers. They're all double patties, quarter-pound double patties. This is our lodge burger. It has our house-made sauteed onions and sauteed mushrooms, jack cheese and cheddar cheese, and then we also did the fries, our truffle style. So it's a homemade truffle aioli, fresh shaved Parmesan, and fresh cut basil. And it is a wonderful way to really top any burger or any side. You can add it to any fries. You can actually add it to a baked potato if you want.
Really?
So yeah, it's really awesome. And then one of my favorite appetizers are our fried mushrooms. It's a handmade batter made especially proprietarily for Aspen Creek Grill. And then we serve it with our homemade peppercorn ranch and a horseradish dipping sauce.
Well, I know that mushrooms will be eaten by at least half of our crew tonight, but the cheeseburger, I will give that to the ladies. We'll see what the ladies say. Though Roger Holder
We'll have to
here.
bring forks because it is definitely
Roger's
a
Holder's
fork and
here.
knife
He's a
burger.
football official. He'll probably eat all of that because he'll eat that like at halftime.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's great. Yes. Before any tailgate, we've got, like I said, some great burgers and appetizers for you guys to come out before you go see your favorite player play.
Yep. Busy tonight. It's because we're here, or is there something going else?
Oh, absolutely. Because you all are here. The word is out.
Go ahead
yes.
and tell,
So, yes.
Go ahead and tell them who's
No,
here.
but we are very close to the Ruoff Center, and Luke Bryan is playing tonight. So that usually brings a crowd in for us. So, nice and busy, and we love it.
Though we did have some people crash into the party, and it was part of our studio audience earlier today because they said they didn't have nothing else to do before the concert.
I saw that. They asked if it was okay, and I said I knew that you would welcome them, have a lot of fun. So I was like, yeah, go on in. They'll love it.
As long as she makes noise and throws money, I'm okay.
Right, there you go.
As Labor Day comes, are you open early Monday?
We are.
Okay.
We will be opening at 11 a.m. for lunch, so it'll be open at 11 and then closing at our normal time at 10.
Any specials Monday?
Monday is our steak special. It is our 8-ounce center cut sirloin. It's $12.99 with 2 sides.
Now, you are opening a new restaurant coming soon. Is it too early to tell people where you're heading?
No, we'll be heading to Whitestown. Target opening date is going to be late November, early December.
They're not going to move you. You're going to still be here, right?
We'll still be here, yes,
Okay.
but
Well,
they're popping up around us.
We appreciate your hospitality. We'll take a break. When we come back, Roger Holder will be with us. Guy's been refereeing for 55 years.
That is amazing.
I'm just 51.
I know. I just
Isn't
turned
it
40.
amazing?
I don't know how they do it.
Well, that's my wife. She's 40. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Thanks.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Back at Aspen Creek Grill, that's Roger Holder. I'm Keith Myers. Thank you for joining us. And Roger's been around for a long time, refereed, has wore the black and white stripes for 55 years. 1970, is that correct?
That is correct, Keith. Done it for a long time.
What's one of the highlights of the 55 years of being at Aspen Creek Grill with IndianaSRN or seeing IndianaSRN at football games?
I love to see IndianaSRN at my football games.
That's good. I hope your crew's watching tonight. Talk a little bit about your on a typical Friday night. A lot of people think that those 5 guys come on the field, they just got there, they don't know anything about the teams. You've been the crew chief for a long time now. Talk about the day-to-day things that you guys do on Monday for a Friday game.
We actually do start on Saturday before Monday. We look at the game we had on the Friday night as much as we can get it, and we look over the plays that we had a concern about, and we try to see all of the good plays and some of the things where we had to penalize somebody, and whether we did it well or didn't you do it so well. Then by Sunday we kind of take a break, and then Monday we get at it again because we message each other constantly talking about variety of different plays, and the Indiana Football Officials Association does a play of the day.
Right, I see that. Yep.
So I assign each of our crew one of the days and say that you need to look at that play, figure out the correct ruling, and then send it out to the rest of us. And then the rest of us respond with, well, what if this and what if that, so that we're talking football every day of the week.
And with you having games, you know your game way in advance. Is there teams that you look that you might repeat to see, okay, we had them in week 1. This is what they did in week 1. We have now week 5. Do you go back and do that, or do you just concentrate on week 1 and then all the way through?
I usually feel as though every week is different. The team that you had on week 1 that you might get again on week 6, whether because you may get a home game and then an away game, and they may be totally different the second time you see them. So it's all about the kids. So you do the best you can possibly do for those kids on that night.
Talk a little bit about the crew that you've been with, because you've had the same guys, I think, at least, 8, 9 years now?
Not quite. Three of my crew members have been with me for a while. I have 2 new officials. Wayne Bolden is my back judge, and he played defensive back in college, so he has a good handle on that part of the game. And Greg Hazecuster is my line judge, and he's new to us, just a couple years.
Talk about the other 3.
I will do that.
Okay.
Earl Frazier's my umpire, and I couldn't get along without Earl.
I hired Earl a long time ago as an AD.
He knows the rules.
Yep.
He doesn't take any lip off anybody, but he also knows how to deal with the kids on the field well. And in the umpire position, you definitely need to do that, because you're dealing with guys that might be a head taller than you are. You're looking up at them to tell them.
And maybe 25 or 30 pounds heavier than you are.
Yes, and at least that many years younger than you are,
right.
and very quick. And then finally, Mike Gaither has been with me a long time, and we've worked a couple of state finals together, and he's my linesman. And trust me, those of you who don't know, the linesman is the guy who's over there with the chain crew, and he has the toughest job on the field. So kudos to Mike, because he does a great job.
So you've been officiating for 55 years, so you've done a lot of sports. What is the biggest do you like the court, the field, or the baseball diamond? Which do you like the best?
I like the best. I like the sport the best, whichever one I'm in season for.
Oh, I like that. Good answer. Good answer. Well, as we look through the whole entire year and all you've been through, there's been lots of stories. We shared some stories. You worked at state finals. Your shoe blew out. I remember this story is plain as day. You had to call a timeout to get your shoe fixed because you didn't have a sole. Talk a little bit about that story.
Well, it was the state finals when there were 42,000 people down there for the ball game. We didn't have a great ball game because Concord was beating Anderson pretty handily. But it was the very first time they'd had the ball game in what was then wasn't called Lucas Oil.
Hoosier Dome.
It was called the Hoosier Dome.
Yeah.
Well, they had news reporters from all over the country there, and they had every table blanketed with the front of it was covered, and their equipment was underneath. Well, at one point, the ball went underneath that the blanket on front of the table, and I went under to get it, and my foot slipped into one of the corners of one of those metal cabinets, and it cut my shoestrings. It cut my shoestrings all the way up. So all I had was about a string and a half holding it together. I went up and down the court 3 or 4 more times, and I thought, I'm going to have to stop because I'm going to lose this shoe. So after a made basket, it is a dead ball temporarily, and so I said, that's the best I can do. After a made basket, the ball hit the floor, and I blew the whistle and somehow took the strings I had and tied them back together. And I caught flack over that for 10 years, I think.
Talk a little about how the recruiting for officials now and how we just can't find officials. There's not enough officials. A lot of that is because of the sportsmanship, and I don't want to drill on the sportsmanship because people know that they act like a fool. They need to stop. But how do you recruit young guys? I mean, I refereed for a long time. Jerry refereed for a long time. How do you recruit the young people that get involved? Nathaniel Finch, for example, is 22 years old. How could he get in the game, and how do you keep him in the game?
When I started many, many years ago, like you say, 55 years ago, Ivan Mormon was our varsity assistant basketball coach and football coach. I was at Tech High School. Ivan was an official as well. And when I got hurt in football at Ball State, then I wanted to continue in the game, so I started working some basketball. Ivan took me under his wing and helped me take the test and all the things that you had to do to get ready, got me some junior high games and so forth. But what we need is more mentorships, more people who are willing to put their name on it as a mentor. That's the important thing.
Bob, Brian Lewis has done a great job of helping with the young officials, and I see that in high school they're adapting with more younger guys doing some JV games and stuff. What is your biggest thrill ever officiating?
I've had many, many high points, not so many low points. I never hear the crowd. I'm too focused on the ball game. Maybe my biggest thrill, or at least award that I received, was when I was named the outstanding official by the Indiana Coaches Association. Now, if you get it from the other officials, it kind of is a little less of a priority. But when the coaches say you're the best, that's a very high point in my career.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we're not the Coaches Association, but we're going to reward you with the IndianaSRN 55-year award because you have been a mentor for us for a long, long time. You have been a friend of mine. I know when we have your games, I can come down and we can pray and we can have a good time. I don't know if that's a token or not, but we really want to know that we appreciate you. And I want you to show that to Earl Frazier, that he didn't get one, you did.
Thank you very, very much. I will cherish this award. The 55 years that I've officiated, like I say, it's always been about the kids. I've loved my career in officiating, and I can't thank people like you enough for being kind to officials, even on the air, but also my beautiful wife, Anita, who has honored my football crew for 55 years on Friday night, making cookies and to share with the athletic director usually, because they don't get to go home in between school and a game.
What flavor of cookie this week?
Let's see. I think she said brickle.
Okay.
Something like that. Butter brickle.
She can drop off. She can go to Mount Vernon, and Nathaniel and I will be at Mount Vernon, so she can drop off cookies there, and then she can go to your place.
We'll make arrangements for you to stop by.
Okay, I appreciate it. We'll take a break. When we come back, a lot more for you on SRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, Compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Friday night, we are at Franklin. We have Franklin Mount Vernon. It's at Mount Vernon's. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Airtime is at 6:50. The guys that are broadcasting is doing it right here. Me and Nathaniel will be doing that game. That's this Friday night. Join us, will you, please? As we welcome you back to Aspen Creek Grill. We want to thank Roger Holder for being with us. And now Nathaniel Finch with us. And there's some major upsets last week. And we'll look at the upsets and we'll look at the polls of this week.
Wasn't it nice to get back into high school football? Such a perfect night for it. So much fun.
It was much cooler than it was the week before, yes.
And like you said, Keith, we had some great upsets. I mean, it really was an exciting first week. Let's start in 6A. And I don't know if I would call this an upset, but how about just a notable completion of a game? How about what Brownsburg did? The number one team in the state brought in, traveling from Maryland, was Spalding.
Yes.
One of the best teams in the nation, the best team in the D.C. area, and Brownsburg had no issues, won by 2 touchdowns. Just such a, I mean, again, I wouldn't call it an upset when you're the best team in Indiana the way that Brownsburg is, but just the way that they were able to go in and just have no issues. I know it was in Brownsburg, but it was a lot of fun watching that game and seeing how that went.
Talked to the assistant athletic director of Brownsburg. He said they opened up their new facility, a new gym, sold out arena. He said the other crowd was kind of scarce, but, I mean, are you going to travel that far from Maryland? But it really played well. And, you know, they're a complete team, and we're going to look at that in 6A because they're going to stay at that number one spot.
Now, here's the fun one, the fun upset from 6A. How about what unranked Carmel was able to do? Unranked in our preseason poll. I'll give you all the numbers from our preseason poll, IndianaSRN. But what Carmel did, you could see just a complete switch in program when Kyle Wright returned. He took a team that was dead in the water, you could say, a year ago, and, man, he made it. They beat Fishers, who was our number 6 team coming into the year, 49-24. Had no issues.
Yeah, another team where you expect Carmel to be good year after year and really kind of slipped last year, but you could see the discipline of that team. And I tell you what, you're going to hear from Fishers. Fishers are going to be okay, but Carmel is really top-notch after week 1.
Yeah, it's going to be so exciting to see what Carmel does now moving forward. Let's talk about 1 and 5A. I wouldn't quite call it an upset. It was the game that you watched for a number 1 Bishop Chatard with a, playing a team in Lafayette Jeff in 5A, a good 5A team, top 5 in our preseason poll. And, boy, was that the game of the week or what? 35-28, the Chatard win. You were on the call. You were on the site. And as you see here, some of these highlights, man, it was fun.
Yeah, you look at this Chatard team. I think at one time it was 28-28. They was back and forth. Chatard scores late to win that game, 35-28. I think if that game was at Lafayette Jeff, there would be a different side of the story. But really great game, and, man, some talented athletes on both teams.
Now, here's where all the big upsets came. And I sat here a week ago and told you, Keith, that we have no idea what Class 3A, Class 2A, and Class 1A is going to look like because all the top teams from a year ago graduated so much talent. And certainly I feel pretty good about saying that a week later because all the upsets. Let's start in 3A. Our top team in the SRN preseason poll, Bishop Luers, they lose 14-7 against an unranked Leo team. Now they are ranked. You're going to hear some of our poll rankings here in a little bit. But when when the number 1 team goes down, that kind of sets the stage for what the rest of the class is going to look like. A couple teams that we had in the top 10 as well. Knox with a win. It was a 38-6 blowout over our top team in 1A, North Judson. Boy,
that happened. Yeah.
But obviously
the
a couple classes bigger.
Play very well.
A couple classes bigger, so you kind of expected the Knox win or at least a competitive game, but they blew out North Judson. And then West Lafayette was on the other end. They lose to Harrison, a good little Tippecanoe County rivalry. They lose by a touchdown there as a ranked team. So a couple of upsets there that were fun to watch in 3A.
But that Harrison team is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, they play well. You'll get to see them against Chittard in a couple of weeks. That's a pretty good team. Okay, let's go to 2A.
Yeah, a couple upsets here in 2A. Our third-ranked and our fourth-ranked teams both lost. Now, I don't know if that means we're not very good at ranking these.
Probably
or
not.
if this means that there are some good upsets. I'd hope it's the latter. But how about LCC? We thought was going to be one of the best teams, and maybe they still will be. But they lost 31-13 to Seeger. And I don't want to besmirch what Seeger does, but it's certainly not one that anybody had picked Seeger to win that one. So it was
Peaches has a brand new coach as well, so that might have tell the tale there.
Yeah, absolutely. And 4A number 4 in 2A's Linton Stockton, they lost to an out-of-state team, Corbin from Kentucky, but they lost by 20-plus points, and that's one that I would call an upset as well. You never know what you're going to get with those out-of-state teams, but as one of the top 5 teams in the class, we really thought they'd put up more of a fight.
Okay, you've done all of them. How about 1A?
North Judson, we talked about them. I get it, you're playing up a 3A team, so you're going to give them a little bit of slack there, but they just graduated so many guys from that team that was the runner-up a year ago. You knew it was going to be tough. We'll see if they can figure it out. And then South Adams, a top 5 team in our preseason poll, 56-0. You lose to a Ohio team in Marion local. But, man, you couldn't score a touchdown there. South Adams, we hope, is going to be good still this year. Ranked them top 5, didn't go well. So plenty of upsets.
Well, let's take a look at our SR poll, and you blew it. Hopefully, I'll do it better this time. 1A, you got Providence, you got Carroll, Flora, North Decatur, Madison Grant, North Judson is the top 5.
Providence, Providence needed to be probably number 1 preseason, right? It seems like we may have gotten that one wrong. They win the title a year ago. They did lose a lot of guys, but they proved last week that they can get it done. We'll see if they can remain the number 1 team moving forward.
I think they play really well at home. So 2A, you got Browntown Central.
Man, did they look good.
Man. Indianapolis Lutheran, Adams Central, South Vermilion, and Lafayette CC has crept back up to the number 5
They're
spot.
going to be a good team. You lose to Seeger, but they're still going to be a good team, and I think it's going to take a couple more losses to knock them out of the conversation, but they will still be a good team. That LCC always is.
Yeah, you look at the LCC, they're playing up, and we'll talk about those teams again who are 1A, 2A that now play 3 or 4A opponents. 3A, you got Evansville Memorial. Boy, did they look good. Mississippi Law, Cascade, which they were number 1 last week. They dropped. Though they won. I don't understand that. Gibson Southern and McConnell. The Cascade team is for real.
You own this place. You can make changes to the polls if you
I
don't agree with what we
can,
put
but
out.
sometimes I just let you guys do what you need to do. Now, okay, go ahead. Give me grief. But your thoughts of Evansville Memorial? They played pretty well.
Yeah, they certainly did, and we always like to see these Evansville teams play well. They just came out looking great. And I think it's going to be a team that we're going to be talking about a couple months from now.
And there's one of their stars players right there. 4A, you got Bishop Chittard, Miss Walker. Sorry about that. Evansville Rights, Heritage Hills, and East Noble. Heritage Hills just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, don't they?
Yeah, and what you talk about, Evansville Rights there, another Evansville team that looked very sharp. So it certainly is going to bring plenty of excitement to these Evansville schools. And, yeah, like you said, Heritage Hills, they look good.
You look at 5A, you got New Powell number 1, Cathedral number 2. You have Bloomington South number 3, East Central number 4, and Merrillville number 5. And I heard somebody in the background in this audience that said, woo, when they said New Powell. I think New Powell will have a pretty good way until they may see a Mount Vernon ball club.
I think that New Powell could be almost any 6A team in the state. They are that good this year.
Come on,
they looked so well last week. I think they could beat just about any team. Is it Decatur Central that they have this week?
Yes.
Decatur Central just lost their quarterback, Bo Polston, for the next month or so with an injury. So you think they're going to have a good look against that 6A squad? I think that's going to be the team that we're talking about at the end of the year, hanging another banner.
We'll talk about injuries here in just a second. In 6A, you got Brownsburg, you got Westville, Center Grove, Lawrence North, Crown Point, Hamilton Southeastern. And then you got to talk about number 7, Columbus North is really playing well, and something has happened there to turn that tide a little bit. We'll get to see Columbus North against Seymour in a couple weeks.
And I'll tell you what, in a couple weeks, Carmel's going to be right up there, too, in the top 5. Let me tell you that. With what Kyle Wright is building, Carmel will be in that top 5.
Talk a little about injuries. You talk about Decatur Central. Any other major injury that someone got this week that may be out for a couple weeks?
That's a good question, Keith. I don't know the answer to that. I know most of the big schools, they stayed pretty healthy, but there's so many schools out there. I don't want to miss anybody, but for the most part, Bo Polston was the big story. The Decatur Central kid was going to be a great quarterback this year. They think that he's going to be back for the playoffs. You sure hope that's the case, if not maybe sooner, and see if he can't run Decatur Central to a postseason run the first year in 6A.
The 3 games that we have on our network, let's talk about those. We're at Roncalli as Heritage Christian takes on Cecina. That's now a conference opponent this year. Should be a good game. Both teams played very, very well last week. They're both 1-0. What do you think about that game?
Heritage Christian is ranked in our poll in 2A. They are going to be a great team this year. They return their quarterback, Eli Nix, back, who looked great last year. He looked good last week in their win there as well against Speedway. And then they bring back their running back who missed last year with a knee injury. He's back. He looks good. Excited to see what Heritage Christian can do this year. But Cecina, I mean, that's a team, especially when they had Ott Hurley at the helm. They were consistently bringing home sectional championships. You can never look past a team like that.
Won a couple state championship. In fact, with the assistant coach at Mount Vernon was their quarterback. Toby Jacobs was their quarterback, winning the state championship back-to-back. Let's talk about that. Franklin and Mount Vernon, another good game, another home game for Mount Vernon, so we know the crowd will be there. Franklin has played very well. They have a long-time coach that it seems like they have everything in order. They play in opposite conferences. What do you think about the Grizzly Bears?
First of all, you will hear our voices on that game, so you certainly want to tune in, if not just for that.
Hopefully you don't want to see us, but you do want to hear it.
So I think this is a game that consistently is close. Last year was 21-20. Franklin got the win. It's not quite a rivalry, but it's getting there. This is always a close game. I think this year is kind of a similar feeling. You saw what Franklin did last week. They blew out Southport. I don't think that's the litmus test that we're going to need. This week is going to be the one we see if is Franklin legit. Can Mount Vernon figure it out? Because they struggled last week, but against a very good Noblesville team, I think this is going to be one of those that it comes down to the final few minutes.
Only scoring 6 points last week late. Does that concern you that their offense is not fine-tuned yet, or is it just that was first game jitter, or Noblesville is that good?
No, I would say Noblesville is that good, at least that much better maybe. Being in 6A, that was something that Coach Leidy had said is we were just outbodied. Like, it's tough when you're a 4A squad to go in there and beat a 6A squad, no matter who it is. But you return a good quarterback and nobody else from that offense. You lose your top 7 tacklers on defense, and the defense looked pretty good. It was 7-0 at halftime against Noblesville. So when you lose your top running backs, you lose all your top receivers, all your top guys on defense, it will take a few weeks to figure it out. I just hope, for your and I's sake, that it takes only 1 week to figure it out, and we have a tight one tomorrow.
Good enough. The third game we have on the network is Triton Central, Hamilton Heights. Hamilton Heights has a new coach. The Kirshner father-son duel, that's going to be fun to watch. Talked to Tim Abel today. He's really looking for this game. They won 11-10 last week. And he says they got a good field goal kicker, but they have to play better defense, and then they have to find their offense and score some points.
And certainly it's a bigger school than Triton Central, but again, just like Cecina, when you're a team like Triton Central, you're consistently winning sectional championships, consistently going deep into the postseason, and this year they have a good squad. They look great. They got a win last week. I think this is going to be another one that comes down to the wire. It should be fun.
Next week we talk about the regular season, because now conference plays begin next week, and that should be very interesting. And I know next week we'll be down at Greenwood at Aspen Creek Grill talking about college football. Let's talk a little about college football. 12 big games on the network, on HCAC network, with Franklin and Rose-Hulman, Manchester, Bluffton. What do you look forward to the HCAC season on SRN?
These small conferences, always so much fun, especially in today's day and age with the amount of movement. I mean, there's just so much parity. You can't, sure, you can pick your poll if you want. Pick who you think is going to win the conference. Good luck, because there's really no way to know with how competitive, with how much parity it is. It's going to make for a really fun year, and I'm excited to carry a lot of these games.
Okay, earlier today we had Roger Holder, been refereeing for 55 years. How old are you?
23.
23. So what kind of advice, because Roger will still probably be officiating 23 years from now. You've been around the game. Have you seen the quality of officiating and quality of play much better than it has been in the last couple of years?
I think so. I think it has improved, and a big reason why, they're getting a lot more support from the crowd. I mean, you saw how many times people booing, always having an issue with the officials. Well, at some point you realize these are kids out here. This is high school athletics, and these referees, frankly, are not getting paid enough. That's a fact. There's not a whole lot we can do about that except give them grace, allow them to go out there and figure it out. They're going to do a much better job. Even if they make mistakes, they're going to do a lot better job when they don't have you booing in the background, when you have a lot more support from the fans.
At one time, I would love the official to go up to the stands, give them a uniform and a flag, and say, okay, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Any highlights that you want to talk about? Any other games that you see? We got about 2 minutes to close this up.
I mean, I think we have a great slate on our air this week. Last week we did too, and they all ended up pretty tight. This week, I mean, on paper, these look like three of the better games in the state. I cannot wait to see how it plays out.
Covenant Christian's one of our schools who is on the road this week. They found some offense late last week. They play Indian Creek this week. Could be a pretty good challenge for them.
It's going to be fun. I had that game. Like you said, they lost by 10 to Park Tudor, but they were right there. They had the go-ahead pick six for a touchdown to take the lead. It was wiped off the board. They threw an interception a couple of plays later, and that was kind of the end of the game. So you lose by 10. It looks like it was, maybe not as productive of a game, but you had the lead there on the scoreboard with 4 minutes left. And Covenant Christian didn't win a single game last year. They've really struggled the last couple of years, and they just looked great. Yeah, you lose to Park Tudor. Park Tudor's going to be a good team, but I think this is a squad. If they don't get their win this week, they'll get their first win in the next week or two.
And Coach Lyons, I will say it on record that, yes, you did win a state championship. We missed you last week. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at our schedules again this week on IndianaSRN. All of these games are 7 o'clock starts. Pregame shows at 6:50. Here's our breakdown this week for you right here on IndianaSRN. You got Franklin and Mount Vernon at Mount Vernon. You got Hamilton Heights and Triton Central at Triton Central. And the last one, Cecina at Heritage Christian at Roncalli. And those are your rundown for this week. When we come back, an old favorite. The old man came out of retirement to come talk to us. Sean Kral is next on the network.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
A great lawn starts with the right equipment. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we're here to help you make mowing easier and more enjoyable. From zero turns to lawn tractors, John Deere mowers give you the power, precision, and comfort to get the job done right. Plus, with expert service and support from Reynolds, you can spend less time worrying about your mower and more time enjoying the results. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Aspen Creek Grill, where it's delicious food.
Yes,
all
always.
the time. And they're open on Monday, early Monday on Labor Day, 11 to normal hours, 11 to 9 Monday. So come join us. We want to thank Paige for all the work that she has done. The food is gone, and my mushroom was cold.
But it was good.
But I'm having dinner tonight.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sean Carl's with us. Sean's been with us for a long time, retired. come back every week, every year to do this with us. We appreciate it. How's life been going?
It's great. It's really good. You know, year 25 being married to Rebecca. And,
25 years?
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I just thought it was just yesterday that you threw the bouquet.
Well, no, here comes the big one.
Uh-huh.
Brandon's about to turn 22 and move out, and Alex is 20. They both have full-time jobs.
You know, Debbie and I have been married 22 years, and Debbie still gets anything Debbie wants.
We see pictures all the time of back in the day broadcasting, and there's two little boys sitting around us, and now to think they're grown men.
Especially covering Christian baseball.
Yeah.
You've been around a long time, and you've been with us for a long time. You've seen pretty good football teams. Have you seen a team that you think will be the state champion in all 6 classes?
Trying to keep up a little bit with it this year. Not so much, it was difficult week 1 because I had, my class that does the fan stand at Hamilton Southeastern and, the Fort Wayne Carroll game. But I try to keep up on it. Brownsburg, obviously, is really, really good. Do want to point out they did have 1 loss last year, Hamilton Southeastern. Just saying.
Okay.
Had to throw that in there. They're really, really good. I think New Palestine's really, really good.
In 5A?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're going to be really tough to beat in 5A. Outside of that, boy, I really do think it's kind of to wide open for all these classes, and you talked about it just a little bit earlier, an injury here or, something there, just one small thing can make a huge difference in terms of these schools and how they end the season.
I think Chittard is really the real deal in 4A. I think their meat of the schedule could hurt them. They still haven't played with the whole and complete roster yet.
Mm-hmm.
They've had some injuries. They've had some things going on there. I think Evansville Memorial, the way they played last week, they're the solid team in 3A. I think 2A is wide open. Browntown Central is very, very good. And so is Indianapolis Lutheran. They're that southern part of the state could be interesting. And I think Providence should have no problems going all the way in 1A.
Well, I mean, this week, Triton Central is 7th in 2A.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah, they've got a good game, coming up this week on the network. That's it's going to be interesting to see how with the coaches' movement and all those things, like the surprise of Carmel really manhandling Fishers at Fishers, but with the coaching change of Wright coming back, and then was it Hart that went to Noblesville?
Yes.
And Noblesville played really well against Mount Vernon. Really kind of stuffed their running game quite a bit. Mount Vernon had some difficulty running the football, but again, there's difference in classes there. But the coaches and the new coaches are really starting to make some differences, and that can be huge.
And the tough thing is when you get to 2A, you now have your system down for what you want to do throughout the year. You might put a wrinkle here and there, but you look at teams like Triton Central and teams that are playing up that may be playing, your 2A school and you're playing maybe a 3 or 4A school. It makes a big difference coming down the year.
Oh, 100%. And I think the bigger thing is the fact is the higher in the class you go, the less 2A players you get, because you've got so many kids that can play positions when you're in 1A and 2A, but you're playing up. Some of those kids get rest because, like, I may play running back, but sometimes I'll be a backup linebacker, right? In the bigger schools, whereas 1A and 2A, they got to play 60 minutes the whole way, and that can make a huge difference, especially when it comes to the fourth quarter. We saw it in some of the games we saw this last week. For example, Heritage Christian and Cecina. Both games were super close going into the fourth quarter. Cecina's actually losing heading into the fourth quarter, and then they turned it on. So I think those kind of things matter.
You mentioned new coaches and new techniques, a new way football is being played. It's not a running game anymore. There's certain teams that will still run, but most of the time the ball goes up in the air. We saw a Lafayette Jeff team that threw the ball almost 35 times last week. Those games now take 3 hours and 22 minutes to play, where back in the day when we first started this thing, you ran the ball and you were happy to get out in about an hour and a half, an hour, 45 minutes. What did you see last week that impresses you, and what kind of numbers did you see last week?
Well, for me, it goes back to Cecina, right? You've got a quarterback, McDonald, I believe his name is, set school record for touchdown passes, tied it, and then they had a receiver, his name Bryce Mathis, 12 catches, most ever, and then tied with 4 touchdown catches. To see a team that you're just so used to, like running the triple option in the Cecina, coming out and slinging it around the ballpark is kind of an indicator of where football is going now.
It's not the Art Hurley games of the past.
No, it's not. No, it's the 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of thing. That's long gone.
Okay, as we move on, as the season wears on, injuries are key. The most important person on probably your team or your coaching staff is the trainer. Talk a little about what kids do now that they years ago you would never think they would do.
Just the way they set these kids up for the type of treatment that they get with the athletic training department. Because for example, again, I teach at Hamilton Southeastern. They added a 4th trainer, so they have 4 trainers now because you've got football and volleyball and all these things going on now, and just the level of treatment and the specialization of those athletic trainers who are working through hospitals and medical facilities to come be trainers at the school. Just back in our day, right? Yeah. The coaches had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like
you rubbed dirt on it and you played.
You were a teacher, you were a coach, and you were a doctor all in one. And so I think, when you see, and they're much more concerned about the concussions and things like that, seeing that in the classroom where the students are like, no, I can't, I have a concussion, I'm out for this long. There's a lot more intricate care and erring on the side of
talking about that, the field has changed. Now, I would think that it's maybe 70% are field turf, or you think it's a little bit less than that? There's a lot of turfs in the Marion County.
I think you're right. It's in a sense, it's great for the kids, kind of, because they'll always get to play. And it's a much cheaper upkeep for schools, too, because, money's always involved. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I kind of miss, like, the mud slops and, the dust bowls.
I love it when it starts raining, because it's still wet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, those were the fun games, but now it's just kind of the nature of the beast, and it's about getting the games in, which I completely understand. You as an athletic director know that better than anybody, rescheduling, and if a team's traveling from a certain place, certain distance away, and now all of a sudden there's weather in the area. I mean, how many games last year did we have issues with lightning and rain?
Well, didn't we have a hurricane one week?
Oh, it was unbelievable.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
The whole entire sports scene has changed a lot. Yesterday, Carroll of Fort Wayne had a volleyball game on the football field. Brought
outstanding
a volleyball. What kind of message is that sending? I think that's really cool. The volleyball coach says, "Hey, if the fans are going to go to the football field, they might as well watch us on the football field." Well, your thoughts about that interesting way of doing that?
I love it. I'm not a volleyball connoisseur per se, but noticing last year when Nebraska did it, the girls played volleyball in their football stadium and sold 100,000 seats, and then other colleges are doing that. I mean, those girls are tremendous athletes, and they deserve as much of the spotlight as the football team does. That's always been kind of an issue I've had since I became a teacher, is people will come out and they love football, school's starting, it's outdoors, it's great.
Right.
But, these are all your classmates, and they all deserve the same support that football does.
Yep.
And so giving these kids a chance to play in front of a large crowd like that, I think is just fantastic.
And
more schools need to do it.
Right. And I'll just plug, if you'll go to the Indiana High School Athletic Association TV network, you need to watch the game. Just to watch the starting lineups, and it's so tremendous. Cool. It was a great time. So you've been around a long time. The HCAC is now back on IndianaSRN. We'll do all the championships again. Great football in that conference. Mount St. Joseph has won that conference last couple of years, and now they have a bowl game that they get to go to as well.
Ooh.
Talk a little bit about the HCAC, and have you seen the league getting much better and more competitive?
I pay much more attention to it. I never really paid, when college football comes around, you're always like, is it Big Ten or is it SEC? But there's always part of me that's like, hey, how did the HCAC squads do, right? Because you've been to those schools and you've met those people, and they're fantastic people, and the kids are great. And, you know, they're a lot of those kids are local that we see play high school, and now they're playing in college, which is always a great thing to see. I think it's in many different ways it's good. Like I love the fact that there is kind of a mini dynasty in Mount St. Joseph, because then they kind of become the villain and everybody wants to beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice. So they always get everybody's best shot. But then like when we did baseball, right? You know, you saw Manchester kind of come out of nowhere and take the conference by storm that year, and they won the tournament, and it was just they had it, right? They may not necessarily have been top to bottom the most talented team, but they had it, that one thing that team just bonded, and they rode it all the way to the conference championship, and I love that.
Week 1 on IndianaSRN with the HCAC. You got Rose-Hulman DePaul, a 7 o'clock start. That Rose-Hulman DePaul is a great rivalry. It's a great night game, and of course, Ohio Northern takes on Franklin in that afternoon game at 1:30 right here on IndianaSRN. We will be down in Greenwood next week talking to the Franklin coaching staff, Lance Marshall, the athletic director, and their new SID. It should be a lot of fun doing that.
Lance Marshall, great Cubs fan. Always love talking to him.
A Cub fan?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means other than are you going to stick around for trivia?
Sure.
We got trivia coming up in a few minutes. Don't forget, Aspen Creek Grill is where we are. Come and enjoy some food. The hospitality here is unbelievable. Paige has done a nice job taking care of us. We're going to be back with trivia after this timeout.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
Warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Welcome back to Aspen Creek Grill. Who do you got, Sean?
This is Eliza. She works at Aspen Creek Grill. We want to tell everybody where you go to school.
I go to Fishers High School.
We don't hold that against her.
No.
No.
How long you been here at Aspen Creek Grill?
Actually, I just hit my 1 year.
Yeah.
My 1 year in May.
Yep.
Mhm.
And what's the best thing about Aspen Creek Grill other than IndianaSRN being here?
Oh, I'd say the people. Our managers are really nice, and they actually take really good care of you.
And Paige is listening back to back. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'd be really happy.
5 trivia questions. You get all 5 right. There's a prize pack over there. It's candy.
Is it Jolly Rancher?
It is.
I knew it.
You're excited. The rumors are true. Here we go. Question number 1. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Which college football team has the most wins of all time? Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, or Notre Dame? You can have Sean help you if you like.
Ohio State.
Let's try again. Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, or Notre Dame?
Michigan.
Michigan is correct. Very good. Question number 2. First quarterback that threw 50 touchdown passes in one season in the NFL. Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes?
It is somebody that the Colts fans do not like.
Tom Brady.
That's great. Where's Tom Brady? Yes, that's great. You got 3. Number 4. This is 3. The College Football Playoff National Championship Trophy is officially called what? The SFP Trophy, the Dr. Pepper National Trophy, the College Football Playoff National Championship Trophy, or the BCS Cup?
The College Football Trophy.
Very good.
The third one.
Number 3. She's 2 away. Look, you got somebody coming in and watching you do it.
Oh.
All right, here we go. This is a tough one. Ready?
Okay.
What NFL team is called the Bears? The Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, or the Minnesota Vikings?
The Chicago Bears.
Boy, that was tough, wasn't it?
It was really tough.
All right.
I think you did that because I'm a Bears fan.
All right.
So bear down.
Last one, number 5. In college football, how long is the play clock after an incomplete pass? 25 seconds, 30 seconds, 35 seconds, or 40 seconds?
40 seconds.
40 seconds, is that correct? Who does Fisher play this week in high school football?
LN, Lawrence North.
Are they going to win? Is LN going to win, or is Fisher?
I pray. I hope so.
Are you going to the game?
I am.
Okay, good.
It's tomorrow at LN.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for spending time. Thank you
Look
for your
at all that
hospitality. Look at
Laffy
that. Some
Taffy and
Laffy
Jolly
Taffy and
Ranchers?
stuff.
Man.
Yep. No, it's all yours.
It is all yours.
As we wrap up the show, thank you very much for watching tonight. We thank you very much. We're going to be at Greenwood next week as we will highlight college football. Sean, thank you very much. We want to thank Roger Holder for 55 great years of officiating, and we want to thank you. If you want more information on how you could help us on IndianaSRN, contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. You can say you want to say hi to mom or dad or anybody?
Oh, hi, Mom.
I'm sure you'll tell your fans you were on TV.
Will.
I know you will.
I'll have many
Right.
fans after this.
Thanks to Jerry Collins and the whole entire crew. We appreciate you stopping by and joining us. God bless you, and we'll see you at the football field. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.